we'll get the halfway point, we'll head down to the castle, we'll get some shots of the castle.
Why live?
Oh,
Hello there.
welcome back to another episode of Cats at a Corner. I wasn't going to film this intro until I was at the halfway point, but yeah, that view is way too nice. It's in the winter not to take in today, so I thought I'll stop here, film a bit of an intro. So today we're out on a bit of a sort of 35-40ish mile ride. I'm not 100% sure how far it'll be yet. We're getting outdoors, making the most of the sun. Trying to take in a little bit of the winter sunshine and get some miles in the legs. Now we're off the chemo, so yeah, that's the scenery. Well, the roads are busy, which is making it difficult for me to get any sort of decent time in the TT position. I'm just parked outside this quarry here. We're out on the TT bike today. Well, as you can hear, the road is super busy. So I'm just taking it easy. I'm getting some good periods in the TT bars, but every now and then big car comes past or a big van comes past and it's safer to be up on the brakes. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. So we're about an hour into the ride. I'm going to smash a banana down. We're going to head to Barney. So we're going to Barnard Castle today. It's not for an eye test, so don't worry. Not wrong with them. That's the only thing that's probably not wrong with us. The average speed's pretty abysmal at the moment, but it's been uphill into the headwind all the way so far. So, but on the flip side, that means we should have, in theory, an easy ride home. So, right, we'll get the halfway point, we'll head down to the castle, we'll get some shots of the castle, and catch you there. Let's go. So, this little petrol station, this is the halfway point. So, I was going to go down in the town and go to the castle, but it's pretty busy down there, so I've decided, because it took us a bit longer than I thought to get up here, I'm going to just have this quick coffee and we'll head home. There's been fucking raging headwind all the way up here, so freezing cold, but hopefully it means that we'll have a tailwind all the way home pretty much, so it might make it nice and easy. Hopefully the roads are a bit quieter on the way back, because it was super busy on the way here and you have to keep sitting up on the bars. Right, let's get this coffee and the Snickers down my neck and we'll head on. Well, hello again. Decided to have another stop because I'm passing castle number 3 for the day, and it's actually the first castle that I've been able to stop and get some footage of. So there you go. Now this is Walworth Castle, which is a really nice hotel now, and whereas Raby Castle was one of the other ones, I don't know what that is. I think it's a stately home now. And Barnard Castle is just an old ruin. It's an old Norman castle, so this one's probably the only one you can come and stay in that I've passed today. The restaurant here is absolutely wicked as well. But yeah, I'm about 31 mile in now, coming up the 2 hour mark. The first hour and a half or hour and a quarter at least to get to the halfway point was really slow going. It was all uphill pretty much from Bishop up to Barnard Castle, and then we're talking, and there was a pretty raging headwind coming off the hills, and you get to Barney and it's pretty high up and it's quite exposed. I mean, you get snow up there where there's never any snow down here sometimes, and it's not a huge difference in elevation, but it makes a big difference to the weather. So it was really tough and really slow going, whereas as soon as I got onto the A67 and I was heading back towards Darlington before I turned off to here, towards the old Roman road, I was hitting like, oh Christ, I must have averaged about 25 mile an hour all the way along there for about 6 miles, so it was just absolutely flying. This is probably, it's the first video I've managed to get out and do with the bike. I haven't got any mount for the camera on the bike, so unfortunately I haven't been able to get any footage, which is a shame because there's been some pretty scary close passes by some idiots in cars, but other than that it's been a nice ride. The bike is an absolute flying machine. It's great, and it's to be honest, it's much more than a rider of my sort of my ability needs, but I'm enjoying having it. Super comfy. The one thing I think I probably will do, as you can see, the arm cups here, I might bring them up just about another ½ inch to an inch, just to take a little bit of that strain out of the neck. Obviously training for long course, I'm never going to be winning it, so I don't really need to have my air position absolutely slammed. So having that little bit extra comfort, certainly while I'm out training as well, is going to probably just help us get them extra miles in. So we'll get a couple of shots of the bike, a few shots of the surroundings. It is a nice little place, to be honest. Walworth, they used to have a really good bird of prey centre at the back as well, where they had some wicked birds in there. Used to do some cool shows, but I don't know if it's there anymore. I'll have to check, because obviously it's a shame if it's not. But right, so like I say, we're probably about 5 miles from home now. We've got a nice easy spin up this bit of a bank, and then through Heinton, and then all downhill back home. So right, so we'll get the bike back home and we'll wrap up there. Whoa. Oh. Right, so we're back home. Literally just pulled up, thought I was going to be locked out, and the wife pulled in, so I thought I'll shoot this little outro, and then I'm going to get inside, get some sort of fill-in dinner because I'm starving now, and then yeah, and then hopefully be able to book the pool for this evening, and try and cram a mile of swimming laps in as well to finish the day off. Yeah, so about the ride, I mean, it was just shy of 40 mile. I'll put up the stats of it on the screen here somewhere. And to be honest, I was surprised actually. I mean, the average speed isn't anything to scream about, but it's actually, I mean, on the probably halfway out, I looked at my watch and my average pace was probably about, it was something like 11 or 12 mile an hour, and it was uphill into the wind. And I was thinking at one point, I was like, this is going to take me all bloody day, this. But once I got to Barney, and I wasn't, not so much going downhill, it was like, it's pretty flat and then downhill, but just because the wind wasn't pushing against us, and I could, the roads were a bit nicer and quieter, I could really tuck onto the aero bars, and I mean, I went absolutely flying along the A67. I think I was probably, I'll have to check the Strava segments if there's any along there, but I must have been averaging probably about 24, 25 mile an hour all the way along there. For me, that's like top end speed for me, that really. So yeah, I was really happy. The bike, super comfortable, absolutely wicked. And big difference I've noticed since from riding inside to riding outside is you drink a lot less, you sweat a lot less, just probably because of the wind in your face. And so I've only gone through probably 1 bottle combined. I've went through half of the bottle, the torpedo at the front, which I've been trying to practice sort of taking fluids on while I'm riding, and it's super easy with the torpedo, and you just strap it to your aero bars and then the straw comes up, so that works really nice. I've noticed the cold air makes my nose run like crazy, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but I won't have this to worry about hopefully in the summer when the Ironman rolls around. But so yeah, so I've took on less fluids, but I need it, so I think the Bolton bike course is going to be 3 times longer than what I've done today, plus a little bit more. I think average climbing wise, I think per mile it's probably around about the same, but I'll have to double check that. I'll put it up in a text if I'm right about that or not. But yeah, I think this would be a good route for me to train around. The road surfaces aren't too bad, but they are quite busy. I mean, today I thought it would be relatively quiet, going sort of mid-morning, very early afternoon. Most people would be at work. And it was still pretty busy on the way out there, but coming back it was super chilled. But yeah, ride wise, I'll leave that there, because that was, yeah, I'm really happy with that. If you're following along with the health side of things, I've got some good news on that. We got our scan results back. I got my scan results back yesterday. I am going to try and get out of talking in the third person all the time, which is a stupid habit I've got. And the major note on it was significant improvement in the white matter, which means sort of like the area around where they treated all healing. There was a couple of anomalies post-surgery which they wanted to keep an eye on, and they've confirmed that they were what's called blood degradation products, which I'm not a brain surgeon, but I'm told it's sort of scarring and bleeds from the surgery that would have showed up on the post-surgery scan, which are now breaking down and the body's absorbing, so it's not tumour, so that's good. so yeah, if there is any tumour in there, it's not active enough for the contrast to highlight it, and yeah, if it was small enough, the chemo looks like it's done it, so yeah, can't complain. So that's scan wise, that's as good as we could have hoped for now, so yeah, I'm going to take that, and that's good news for Christmas. Right, I'll leave that there. Go in, get a cup of tea, get warmed up, book this evening's swim, and get this video edited and up. So as always, if you want to sort of support the training journey and things like that along from the Cancer Corner, we've got the fundraiser for brain tumour research in the description below. We are literally, I think, 23 quid short of £1,000, which I will be putting that in myself, because £1,000 is a great milestone to get to. But if anybody else wants to contribute to a charity at this time of the year, I'd love it if you'd consider that one. Like I say, I mean, brain tumours are the biggest killer of under 40s, cancer wise, sorry, biggest cancer killer of under 40s, and it's there's very little known about them, so if we can get some, even just some awareness, just share the link, share a bit of information about it, we can attract some fundraising and hopefully get a couple of steps closer to some really good treatments. And yeah, and if you want to follow me on Strava, my Strava link's below. Hopefully we'll get a lot more of these rides in over the summer, and I'm not going to complain about winter riding when I've got days like this and blue skies like that. So yeah, I will try and get some mounts for the bike so I can try and get some sort of b-roll while we're riding around, because some of the scenery today, we're up by Barnard Castle especially, you're coming up onto the top of the sort of like, I think it's classed as like the North Pennines there, as you coming up the hills into Barnard Castle, and you put in the effort to get up the hills and it's hurting your legs, you might as well enjoy the scenery from the top. So I'll try and get some sort of mount so I can get some photos and scenery films from the hills when I'm out and about, and yeah, might brighten up the videos a little bit more, so instead of looking at my mug constantly. So I'll catch you a bit later on. Unfortunately I can't get any footage from the pool still, but I am trying to get permission to film on a quiet day there, and because don't underestimate when I say I'm a beginner at swimming, and you'll probably laugh your tits off when you see my swimming form and things like that, and while my endurance is going up, my speed certainly isn't, and my form's horrific. So hopefully it'll be encouraging for the people who either can't swim or are crap swimmers and thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to go for an Ironman. When they see how bad mine is, they might change their mind. So right, I'm going to get inside because I'm starting to cool down now, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks very much.